Hello and welcome back. More games for the International 2017 Regional Qualifiers. So we are covering the CIS region, or at least part of it. There are so many games going on at the same time, you guys. Mad Kings right now is actually casting the other set of games going on, and later today Dragon Drop will take over from me, while Mr. P will take over for Mad Kings. So we are 4 people casting the group stages for CIS, as every team faces each other once, so there's a whole bunch of games indeed. Both Vega and Effect have already played a bunch of games. Let me just check how they stand right now. Actually, I can do that in my stream, can't I? I will do that. That's easier. Look at this. You got Vega Squadron with 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 loss right now, and Effect as 5 games played as well. Wait, did I say that right? Yes, I did. Oh, so Vega's doing fine. They're in the top 4 right now. You need to be in the top 4 to move to phase 2. Effect. All right, they're not doing great. They're 1 and 4 right now, and as explained earlier already, if you have 4 losses in total, there is still a chance you can make it to the top 4, but you have to do it with some form of tiebreakers. It's not just up to you anymore. You have to hope that the rest of the teams loses a bit. Better yet, you have to hope that some of the better teams lose a bit. For example, Vega Squadron. So winning this game, double important. First of all, they need to win, because if you have 5 losses, then you're basically not gonna make it through. 5 losses statistically, almost like, I'm sure there's one way that you can still do it, but I don't think it's not gonna happen. Like, the percentage chance is so very low, and I don't think it can actually happen. But I'm not a mathematician, so I'm just gonna leave it up in the air for that one. But they need to win this one. It is that simple. Vega Squadron, obviously they want to win this one because they want to make it to the top 4. They want to continue their run of doing well, and they have been doing well so far. So let's see if they can keep up their streak. We got Earth Spirit and Venomancer opening for Effect. We had that opening earlier today as well, I believe. Or at least with Venomancer. I do like Venomancer, and I do think that he's going to be a core for this one as well. Bristleback comes out as well. This is... There would be a typical name for this type of match, and I don't want to use that word anymore for typical names to describe matches, because I feel like that's not a nice thing to say. But it's not great. There's a lot of poison. There's if the fights last long, then Vega Squadron is gonna have a really tough time. We'll find out if they're going to be able to slow down the Bristleback and the Venomancer, though, because that's basically what it comes down to. Have a bit of early aggression so that Venomancer and Bristleback can't get out of control. They already have the Rubik for that. Rubik is a great support for rotating, especially if you pair him up with the Sand King. We don't know yet if Sand King is a support or not. But you can lift people into Burrow Strike, which at level 1 is normally it's very difficult to get a Burrow Strike, but Rubik will makes it easier again. So, that is actually not too bad for a rotation duo, and with help of the proper core can help bring Bristleback or Venomancer down, whichever is going to be the core. Maybe they're both going to be a core. We don't know that yet. Now, one thing that we do know is something that's good versus Bristleback. It's a silver edge. So generally what you want to do if you're Vega Squadron, you want to have a core that is good with a silver edge, that normally builds a silver edge just by like a default build, or a hero that normally goes for that, not a hero that needs to go out of his way to think about building that purely for the Bristleback. You want to have something that does it regardless. So you have a Dazzle now picked up as well, giving away that Sand King is the off laner, or at least the solo laner, with the Dazzle Rubik combination as the support duo. Although we did just see Rubik being on the offlane. I think that was a one-off, you guys. Let's take a look at what Effect wants to get with this. I mean, they already have 2 sturdy heroes and one to basically slow fights down. That's an Earthshaker for you. Let's see if they can find another for that, because they can just build the most toxic lineup that they can find, and just be that. Just walk around and be toxic. And with toxic, I don't even mean Viper, but that would be funny. I never thought I'd say that Viper would be a funny hero, but I think it would be fairly funny. They'll just be the most annoying heroes to deal with. They're taking their time though, taking into the bonus time very late. It's an IO. Making the sturdy heroes more sturdy. Bristleback, IO, strong combination. Timbersaw at least now from Vega, so long fights will also benefit them a bit. This will probably be a mid Timbersaw unless they're gonna copy the Rubik being a core. Again, I don't think it's gonna happen, but there is a chance. Timbersaw is really great against IO and Bristleback, by the way, because you take away, with the Whirling Death, you take away their main stat. You do some damage, great. You take away their main stat as well, and both of their main stats are strength. So that takes away even more HP, and especially IO is a very squishy hero, despite being a strength hero. So I do like the Timbersaw pick up here. I do think that's going to be a mid Timber, but I don't think that Effect is thinking that, because they actually ban out the Storm Spirit, so perhaps they're expecting Timbersaw to go solo safe lane with the Dazzle, Rubik, and Sand King to be a tri lane. And then they just still need a mid hero. OD is the one that gets banned out by Vega Squadron. That's a very strong, sturdy mid hero, and great hero against Timbersaw, taking away, stealing some intellect, and basically making Timbersaw a bit more dumb and a bit less, well, having low mana, so he can't move around as well. But they go for the Queen of Pain, so yeah, this Timbersaw is indeed a safe lane Timbersaw by the looks of things. Might get a support with him if they want to have the Dazzle. If the IO and Bristle are expected to go at the same time. And the Silencer. Oh, that's a great hero against a Timbersaw who just wants to spam out spells all the time. I actually really like that pick. I'm not normally a fan of Silencer, but I think this can actually work out quite nicely. Yeah, I can see it. I can see clearly now. Yep, Silencer. Vega Squadron is still in a good position though. I mean, G on the Queen of Pain is always, I mean, you can never really go wrong with that. And in the lane, even though Silencer is annoying, I think Queen of Pain should still be coming out on top in that mid lane, depending on how much help Silencer is going to get, because all of the heroes that you see, all of the cores you see on the side of Effect, be that Earthshaker, Venomancer, Bristleback, or Silencer, like we don't know yet if Venomancer or... Actually, we know now. Venomancer is the core, King R is the support. So Venomancer, Bristle, and Silencer, they all do not need a support. Sure, it's nice if the IO pairs up with Bristleback. Sure, it's nice if Earthshaker comes help Venomancer, but it's not necessary. And that means that both of those supports, if they want to, can be very active on the map. They can rotate as much as they want, and they can help out wherever they are needed. Vega Squadron has a tough job here. They have to make sure that they are forcing the supports to be where they want the supports to be. And that means that regardless if you're, like, let's say you're a Timbersaw and you're happy with your lane, you might not want to be happy with your lane. I know it sounds a bit vague, but you gotta try, as a support, you gotta try to force those supports away from mid in this case, because you don't want Silencer to get any help. Whoa, Slayer went all out in the the battle pass. Nothing bonus. The battle pass. Alright. First player to get 15 denies. Now, is that gonna be G, or is that gonna be Silencer? I think it's gonna be G. We'll believe. We believe in G. Let's watch this guy in the meantime. Players with the highest net worth at the end of the game. I'm thinking Vega is gonna win this one. I'm thinking Timbersaw is Aloha Dance. I'm thinking he's gonna be, or G. We're gonna go all in on G. We believe he's gonna get kills and things. Timbersaw will get a lot as well though, so I would choose between those two. Total number. Oh yay, we got a Timbersaw. Yeah, we'll just go for the max. We got a Timbersaw in the game. Most runes picked up. I think it's Vega Squadron. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. We got Guild up Sand King. He's got Burrow Strike. We'll make it to the other side of the Fisher. Still gets chased though. The Gale is still on for a little while longer. He'll make it to the high ground though. Are they gonna chase? Yes, they are. Looks like they are, and they are out and done. Not able to get the kill there, but definitely got a large portion of harassment. Okay, okay. So we got ourselves Non Grata playing the Bristleback on the bottom lane. Afro Ninja will play the Silencer. We got King R for effect playing the Earthshaker. Arshik playing the Io, and Madden on the Venomancer. And Io looks to be helping out the Veno at the start of this game. We'll see how long he's going to stick around there while King R was helping Afro Ninja block the wave. Ooh, with that one goes... Oh no, he got them. He got them. Kudos to Afro Ninja for being able to get that. I'm not sure what Sioma was doing over there. He was definitely not warding. Oh, but we know what he was doing there. He was trying to snipe the courier, the chicken. Alright, let's take a look what we got for Vega Squadron. They got G, of course, and the Queen of Pain in the mid lane. We got Silent playing the Dazzle, making a rotation towards top together with Sioma, who's playing the Rubik Afterlife. He'll be on the Sand King. Indeed is the core of this game. And then on the safe lane, soloing it up, is a Loa Dance on the Timbersaw against the Bristleback. And the first blood is missed by me, as that was a dead Venomancer. You gotta lift into a Burrow Strike, into a heal, but them all clumping up, that is a dead anything at this stage of the game. And as I said, Rubik and the Sand King just make a great combination at the early start of the game. It's great. So they're fine. They're Gucci. But this is the lane where we're going to keep our eye out on, because I'm curious to see how this lane is going to pan out. I think G should come out ahead, but as you can see, Afro Ninja is harassing a ton already. So forcing out that salve quite early there, as the salve also comes out from Afro Ninja. He got harassed as well. Both players are back. What is happening? Why are they not in their lanes? Why are you on the cliff? Did Rubik hurt you, baby? And he went for Spirits level 1. So normally you can tether off. Normally being on the cliff is not that bad for now. But he's not able to get it. He does have a teleport in his stash. The courier is busy on mid though. That is what you have at the start. Sand King will provide some vision.
I'll take your tribute.
And I think Dazzle's gonna maybe stick around to snipe the courier. Why can't they don't want to kill him, because that means that he can come back. Oh, he tried to maybe push him to the side. Can't do it. Didn't do it. Dazzle still fine. I'm just gonna keep track of this. This top lane seems to be very fun. I did say I was gonna keep extra tabs up on mid, but sorry, G. Sorry, Alpha Ninja. We can keep tabs on you in the sidelines. 8 for 5 for Queen of Pain. Wait a second. Lift. The kill still hits, but the lift into Burrow Strike. And look at this heal. There's no heal. The heal already went. Is it enough? Is the poison enough? The right click from Rubik surely is. Sand King's got another Burrow in 2 seconds. Might just go for King R right here. One more hit. And indeed, the Burrow Strike comes out. That's going to be another kill going away of Vega Squadron. Io is in the meantime back. He did manage to get the courier to deliver himself a teleport scroll. But he's back after his 2 laning partners already dead, so not the greatest of times happening here for effect. Into the Ancients he goes. If he gets hit by the Ancients, that's actually ooh, that would have been a painful ordeal if he got stuck in that. But he doesn't get stuck. He does get the Fisher off. Sioma moving to the high ground, just looking for a way where he can get away. He has still got a Fate Bolt available as well. He's got a Dazzle close by, backing him up. I'm not sure where he's going. He doesn't have a teleport scroll. I'm sure he knows what he's doing though. He's going to ring around the rosy. He's going to go that way again. Might as well. He's walking past. Careful for the spirits. Hitting. They hurt a lot. Dazzle is not close. He doesn't actually come around to help. Io still making sure that King R just goes a little bit faster. Lift up into the low ground. He goes. Neutrals. He wants to deny himself to neutrals. Can't do it. Fisher will do it instead. Took a while though. Took a while indeed.
Too bad for you.
No gold for you.
This top lane, by the way, is definitely making sure that those supports are stuck top for a while. Well, were, and they were making sure that the supports were stuck top. But not anymore. Walking to the high ground. Hello, Earthshaker. I'm sure he wasn't looking properly because he saw the smokes getting broken. Queen of Pain does take a curse to the face, can help around because she has a lot of damage with a double damage rune. Does have a blink dagger up again as well, or not blink dagger, blink spell. Earthshaker that died, but that was expected. The question is this silencer dying? And I think if it's up to Rubik, he does. The lift needs a bit more heroes. G coming out as well. The Fisher though is back. King R, not dead for a very long time, goes back to for Sioma. Sioma just wants to get his hits in. Still has Fairy Fire up, and that means that Afro Ninja, if the poison doesn't take him down, he'll live. King R will try to take down Sioma. Sioma again not able to deny himself. And the shrine used so that the silencer can come and help out again. I heard the shrine. Oh no, it was the other shrine. It was the shrine for Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain used the shrine, and she's back. That shrine also used for the silencer and the Earthshaker. So Rubik for Earthshaker, all in all, I guess. If the fight lasted long enough for that to happen. For that to count together, I would imagine. So far in terms of last hits though, Timbersaw doing quite fine, on top of the list, 29-4. 28-4 though for the Bristleback. Pretty solid for him. They're of course having a 1v1 lane. They can go toe to toe. Nobody should die.
Yes.
Unless someone messes up real bad. Sand King getting the Fisher. Still has a Burrow Strike if he wants to get away. He gets killed now though. He doesn't have backup coming. It's Rubik together with the Dazzle. Can they do anything? The silence, the global silence comes out. The Burrow Strike comes back in around. It hits up on 3. They should be able to take this. There is no grave available and doesn't need it. He does need it, but he does get the double kill on the Dazzle, and that's worth the trade. 3-4-1. Sand King can die for that. Happy man, even better yet. He only missed one of the kills in terms of experience that he missed. It did miss the kill on the biggest target, on the Venomancer, but regardless, that was not bad. Not bad indeed. Earthshaker sitting around again. Level 3 on the Burrow Strike right now, so the range is just fine. Can go harass. A bit more aggressive. The Gale still comes out. Earthshaker does have a Fisher. Will go lock Sand King on the enemy side of the Fisher, but doesn't actually get the chance to do anything off the back of that. And the Venomancer, he can't farm properly. He's level 5. Careful, Dazzle. Dazzle gets Galed. That Fisher is actually helping Dazzle out a little bit. He's got a Grave available if he really wants to. And he might need it to go and teleport home. He's not actually gonna teleport home, but the Gale is about to kill him.
I was under orders.
Then again, that's your teammate. I think he tried to deny, but Burrow Strike instead. Something like that. Oh, it's Silencer. It was Afro Ninja or G. And Afro Ninja wins the Battle of the Knives. Look at that. They were so close. They got the deny right after each other. Sonic Wave is available if they want to. Is the Poison Touch there? The Poison Touch is there. But Queen of Pain is not going to go for it. He's too sturdy. He's a very tanky hero, actually. I think it's time. Net worth. Net worth. With all these kills happening, we got 11 kills in 8 minutes. Net worth is the better track record. We got Bristleback on top. He's doing good. Sand King is actually doing really well. Despite not getting the largest amount of last hits, he's been involved in 6 out of the 7 kills. Only died that one time that we saw just now, and has just been doing really well for himself. Venomancer has died 3 times, which is really hurting him on the net worth. There, as we have got the rotation coming. Nongrata in some trouble, gets poisoned, still has the Bristleback damage coming out, of course, and that Dazzle has to be careful. He's not careful enough. Dazzle was not in time with the Grave. They do get the kill, but the fact that there's a trade for Nongrata, it's not great, but this is the best scenario for him. He was gonna die regardless, and this time at least he gets a kill in return for that, as was a little bit too slow in the Grave there for the Dazzle. He died a little bit too fast and couldn't really tell his team to stop attacking the Bristleback, but whew, those Bristleback quills do hurt. And that was the first time that the Bristleback died as well. And the Bristleback was the highest target on the net worth graph, so for Vega Squadron, losing a Dazzle for that is still worth it. It's not ideal, but yes, it is still worth it. Trade it any day. I'm very far off my prediction of who's going to get the highest net worth. I thought it was going to be G, but I should have done the Timber Saw. Damn. That is, if this continues. Tribute. Because who knows what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes, right? It's Dota after all. Ideally, for effect, in the next 30 minutes, they'll get a large amount of farm, more farm on the Venno and on the Bristle, and then just run down mid. Slowly sieging away with the wards of the Venno and the towers, making sure that... Oh. Queen of Pain is already out. Fisher not stopping it. Is he chasing this? I mean, he's got 3 stacks of quill sprays, but there's that timber chain, so he can always get out. That's a downside when you're Bristleback against a Timbersaw. Timbersaw is one of those guys that you can't kill unless your team has disables, and the only real disable that they have is their shaker. And you can timber chain over a Fisher, so you have to actually properly hit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I do like Queen of Pain's hair. She is still a little bit behind to where she should be though, but she can catch up. She almost got her treads ready. It's very difficult for Queen of Pain in this game to try and find kills. The only one you can really kill is the IO, and the IO is never going to be alone. So if you do go for a kill, you can't really be by yourself, because the fact is that you can get caught out, especially with the global silence available, and they know that it's available right now.
I'll take your
Oh, Timbersaw. Timbersaw. Let's see if there's any teleports coming out to help him. Ah, Dazzle teleporting base. Nobody is coming. There's a Rubik close by, but not close by enough. Ooh, he gets an IO though. Like, that's a thing. He gets that. That's nice. I mean, he's gonna. It's the same story as the Bristleback. It is worth it for the Dire team to trade an IO for a Timbersaw every time of the day. But the fact that he got something in return is still quite nice. Burrow Strike Epicenter coming out actually, and this Sand King is a monster right now. Triple kill for him. Alrighty, Rubik, that's also worth sacrificing your life for. And this Sand King already was the highest net worth of the game. And now even more so. Afterlife with the Blink Dagger with 1100 gold to spare. And he got the Bristleback. Highest net worth of the Dire team. No small feat, indeed. Now it was a combined effort. You gotta give some credit to the Timbersaw for doing as much damage as he did while he was attacked, while he was ganked, and Rubik, of course, for doing the same before he died. Surprisingly, all tier 1 towers are still standing, and that's more surprising for the Radiant side than for the Dire side, because the Radiant side actually doesn't have as much push as the Dire. Venomancer has maxed out his wards first before anything else, so I would imagine that the towers would actually see a bit more heat at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There you go, first tower going down is actually on the side of effect. Ooh, Sand King. You might want to Burrow Strike your way out of this one. Taking a lot of damage, but there's a Dazzle close by. He didn't actually use his Burrow Strike. Obviously, we'll just keep the curse on him longer. He has Epicenter up again in 25 seconds. He might want to try and take those down. Those pushing, that is. Silencer and the Venomancer.
Dire's top tower
Just Venomancer.
is under attack.
He has got some backup close by, but they're actually moving out. And then the moving out part gets spotted by the Radiant team, so they know this Venomancer is alone. Man, you gotta be fast, you gotta be out of here, because that's not worth it. Not worth your life. Deny on the tier 1 mid. Still though, that's 2 extra towers, or 2 towers in total down on the side of effect, 2 towers in total down on the map. And that's a lot of map control going the way of Vega Squadron. If only they get some more wards up on that side of the map. They are very river focused with their wards. And one over there, which is a fairly new one. And one behind this one. This is normally one that's not scouted out as easily by the enemy team. But the pressure is applied in the right places by Vega. They are making sure that effect can't really get their foot in the door. They're spreading their attention. Meantime, bottom lane. That's where effect is focusing their attention. Global Silence coming out for that, and Rubik actually will die to that one. And I think the Dazzle and the Timber should be fine. There's still Grave available as well. With the Burst Strike, Epi coming through as well. They turn it around. Afterlife going for that kill. Gets King R together with the Dazzle and the Timber Saw. Now chasing down Silencer. Chasing down Venomancer. Silencer will be the first to drop if he's not careful. Tries to do what he can, but he drops nonetheless. A Burst Strike will still hit on the Venomancer. He's got the backup of G as well. And that means that 4 people should be dying. He does not actually die. The Caustic Finale leaves him on 27 HP. Afterlife realizes his mistake, and together with G make sure that they still catch it. Burst Strike towards the high ground. He's a little bit into deep. Still gets fouled out. Still gets caught out. Goes into the Sandstorm. Is going to Blink Dagger in 1 second. Will not be able to use it for the moment. The Quill Spray are not for that. Can he actually use it in a second? Yeah, there you go. And he blinked back, by the way, to teleport out. He blinked over there, so they didn't actually stuck around long enough, and I don't think they could have killed him anyways, because the Quill Spray cooldown is a little bit longer than the cooldown that the Blink Dagger needs to refresh. So you would always be able to blink out in between if you don't do anything else, if you don't do any other damage. But they don't get the Sand King. They lose the Venomancer, and they lost 4 actually. So that was a massive fight going the way of Vega Squadron. They dove real far though. The fight ended around here, right? And the tier 1 tower still standing, not entirely healthy, but still standing nonetheless. And it could have been worse for effect in a way. Still though, losing 4 is not great. Put that out there as well. Let's see if Vega Squadron can do it again though. They rotate bottom with 3 of their heroes. There's a Bristleback here, which is always difficult to take down. Bristleback and Venomancer on the same lane. Not an easy feat to push them down, but they might want to have a crack at it. Especially now that Bristle has moved away. And G is continuing to farm. Going for the Yule Scepter next. Already got herself the Veil. And this is just some I really like this. So Veil for Queen of Pain is like you don't really need it on a Queen of Pain, right? You get some pure damage going on your Sonic Wave, so the rest helps, but other than that it's like not an item that you normally go for on the Queen of Pain, definitely not first. But that just shows how much faith G has in Afterlife. His epicenters have been amazing. Now also with the Veil coming out, it's even better. Especially if you take into consideration that some of the damage that Timbersaw does is magical as well. There's a lot of magical damage coming out from the team as a whole. So it's an item that benefits the team as a whole. And G was the first one to be able to complete it without really sacrificing too much else for it. Sure, having Yules is nice. Sure, having other items is nice. But he could go for that. He could go for that. Wait a second. Blink. Burrow Strike. He could go for that Veil. Paying off right now. Relocates too late. They can still take out Io as well. He can maybe tether to or Shaker in time. Oh, he took him with him. Oh! I did not expect him to do that. I thought he was gonna. Maybe he did it by mistake. All right, so you're. Oh. That's the Venomancer dead. So you're an IO, you're gonna get relocated into the enemy team, and you know this. So either he relocated the Earthshaker with him to be able to Echo Slam, which would have been okay. Echo Slam Fissure still does a lot of damage and all that. Or you're gonna relocate and then tether. So that you can get out as fast as possible. Perhaps he was too fast with that.
top tower.
Perhaps he tethered. Oh my god, that was massive. And poor Earthshaker couldn't do anything about that. Neither does Dazzle. Neither could Dazzle do anything about that, by the way, as he drops here in this middle lane. That was a tier 2 tower, by the way. First one of the game. Bottom lane, in the meantime, is getting pressured as well by a right-clicking Timbersaw. It's very dangerous, very scary.
Dire's structures are
Oh,
fortified.
I think you're not going to be able to finish that one, my friend. Maybe he is. Yes, he is. And Timber Chain's out. There's still a Gale coming out for him as well. He's trying to teleport out, and both these don't have a disable. You can just teleport out to that. Easy. There's no Yule Scepter. There's nothing. The only ways they have to interrupt teleports is Earthshaker.
Radiant's bottom
And he
tower
was
is under
very,
attack.
very far. Or an Academ Scepter on this. Isn't that... I think you can stunned nowadays. You used to get stunned all the time with the IO tether, but this time you're not. We saw King R dying in the mid lane. IO died as well. Burrow Strike might be enough to help kill the Silencer as well. He's standing still for the moment. He was having a Shadow Amulet on, so they know where he is. They're able to kill him off as well. Bristleback going far, going deep, going for the Rubik. Rubik gets graved, alive for the moment, and gets saved as well again by the Dazzle. And this Bristleback, he really wants to get the hide of this Rubik, but he's not able to get it. The curse doesn't get him either, and that is another death on the side of Effect. There is just no stopping Vega at this point. They haven't died in a long time, I feel, and they're doing quite good for themselves indeed. All across the map, another tower going down. They don't have the fastest team to push down towers, so that's a little bit of a downside to their draft, but they have a really, really good way of dealing with all the heroes on the side of Effect. And of course, as pointed out earlier, during the laning phase, they were able to slow down the Bristleback, slow down the Venomancer, so they couldn't get out of control, and they didn't turn into those massive beasts that are so difficult to kill. Apart from Bristleback, I mean, Bristleback is kind of close to that, but as you just saw, Vega Squadron is very sturdy as well, so it's actually not that easy to kill off the squad.
That should help.
That was the second tier 2 tower, one more left standing on the map. In the meantime, there's only one tower down on the side of Vega themselves. And it's a steady line up for the net worth. They are about 13k in favor, as they're also... Wait, it's the Bristleback. IO coming in as well with the Global Silence and the Silencer. Can they actually kill the backline? That's what they're trying right here. That's what they want to get the IO for. They will, or the Dazzle for. They will get the Dazzle. In the meantime, Earthshaker dies in the backline of their own team. Effect will take away their Silencer, leaving Bristleback alone. Venomancer getting his poison out there. Is it enough though? That was a level 2 ultimate. Doesn't really do too much to the Bristleback themselves. To the Timbersaw itself. IO. Yeah, IO dies fast. There's just the two sturdy ones left. IO actually buys back. Silencer is back in this as well. This could be a fight that is great for Effect, but they can't go too deep. They do take down the Timbersaw. Timbersaw manages to deny himself, and in comes the Burrow Strike Epicenter. Down goes the Venomancer, and Bristleback chasing down another backliner. Rubik will be able to teleport out, but he teleports to the shrine, so he will be back here fairly soon. The Sand King has got a Burrow Strike available, goes for them on 2, and will help kill down that that Silencer. It's a double kill for G in the meantime, with the Timbersaw coming through as well, and a full team wipe. And a GG gets called. That's it. Effect. This was their Hail Mary. This was their last chance. This was their last hope. They now have 5 losses in total. And that means that according to me, I'm not a mathematical mastermind, mind you, but according to me, they don't have a chance anymore to make it to the playoffs. While Vega is still doing quite well and is still in the top 4 of the group, and that means that their chances of making it to the playoffs are looking quite healthy indeed with this victory. We are going to continue with more games of the CIS Regional Qualifiers for the International 7. Let me check real quick what is up. Up next is, a Na'Vi versus Double Dimension. So we'll be right back with a game of Dota 2.